All right, everybody, welcome to the second episode of the AV Pack Pod. I'm your host, Kylan, and today my special guest is Jacob.
Hello, how's everyone doing today?
Well, it's good to have you here, Jacob. Today, y'all, we are talking about D23. Jacob, would you like to explain what D23 is?
All right. For those who don't know what D23 is, Disney every year decides to do kind of like a Comic-Con. They talk about announcements from Marvel, Star Wars, Pixar, just anything they do basically. And they even usually the day before have stuff for like video games and pretty much anything Disney's coming out with.
Yeah. So today we're going to start, talk about each little thing that they announce. Mostly it's like a lot of teasers, right? Different little sneak peeks of stuff they already have talked about. They're showing like more in depth with it. So let's not waste no time because there was a lot to talk about.
Yes.
So let's go ahead and kick it off.
So if you saw one of the announcements, they're doing a prequel movie to The Lion King.
Yes.
Not the good one, the live action one.
Live action? Okay.
So I kind of saw that and was like, oh, Mufasa, that sounds
Interesting.
And then I saw what it was a prequel for.
Yeah,
and
you
I was
on the
like,
fence?
no, I'm okay.
I seen that as well. I don't know how I feel because I would have liked that they did like a prequel to it, with the animation first, and then maybe some years later did, a live action. But I'm a little different. I like the live action. It was okay, but I'm kind of excited for this, a little bit.
I'll still definitely see it because
Yeah.
I like The Lion King, kind of the whole world with it. So I'm definitely still going to.
Definitely gonna
Check
watch
that
it. Okay. All right. So I like video games, right? Then they did show a lot of video games, like you said, the day before. One of them was the game Speedstorm. So anybody who's ever played a video game, and y'all ever played Mario Kart, this is basically Disney's version of Mario Kart. It's literally the same concept. Did you see anything into that? Did you like it?
I'm pretty much kind of on the fence anything that tries to be Mario Kart.
Yeah.
But you throw Disney characters into something, I'm going to play it.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter what it is.
I was hyped for it a little bit. They said it's supposed to come. Is it 2024, 2023, something like that?
I think it's 2023.
Okay, early.
Pretty sure.
2023. That's good. Did you see anything like Marvel related that really caught your attention?
Okay. So prior to when San Diego Comic-Con happened, I had no idea who these people were.
Okay.
But Marvel announced a movie called The Thunderbolts.
Yes.
So I had to kind of look into that and figure out what this is. And if you don't know what it is, if you've watched DC's Suicide Squad,
That's exactly what I put on
basically it's Marvel's version.
here. Yes.
And we do have a cast so far.
Okay.
So we know who is playing the characters and we know what characters are in it. So we have everyone is returning.
Yeah.
Characters. So the first member is Valentina, which, not gonna lie, I had to look her up.
I did, so I'm like, I don't know who Valentina is.
And didn't realize she was the one that's been popping up in most of the Disney Plus
Oh,
shows
is she
so
like
far.
the lady at the end of all the shows?
Pretty much, yes.
That explains it.
Then
Okay.
we have Ghost from Ant-Man and the Wasp,
Yes.
which really didn't see them bringing her back. Just because I didn't
Yeah.
really know many people that cared for her.
Yeah.
I don't know many people that cared for that movie. But either way, it'll be interesting to see her again. Probably my favorite addition, we have David Harbour's Red Guardian back.
Yes.
Definitely the best part of Black Widow.
Oh, for
me.
For sure.
Very close to the next member Florence Pugh,
Yes.
Black Widow. Now, because
After
Endgame.
Endgame. Anybody who has not seen it, spoiler alert, she dies.
Then we have the Winter Soldier. So
I have a love-hate relationship with him.
yeah. And one I wasn't particularly excited about, U.S. Agent.
Yeah.
I know the whole thing is you're not supposed to like him.
But you like him?
I still don't like him.
Okay.
Because I saw what character he was trying to be.
Yeah.
I don't like those kind of characters.
Yeah.
And I know it's Falcon's story.
Yeah.
I guess now Captain America. His story. So kind of seeing U.S. Agent kind of intervene, I'm like, dude, just leave. No one likes you. Everyone saw so many memes just the first time he came out. People said he looked like Carl from Up in his face. So I'm like,
a little bit.
he kind of does. Then the last member, also not crazy excited about, also from Black Widow, is Taskmaster.
Okay. Yeah.
If you know Taskmaster and anything else he's in, awesome.
Yes. Yes.
This Taskmaster is kind of just there.
Yeah, that was like one of the only people I was kind of questioning, only because I'm a big nerd, big Marvel nerd, like comics, all that stuff. But Taskmaster is a very talkative, quippy, almost like Peter Parker a little bit. And in the Black Widow movie, it was weird just having him mute. And they switched they did the gender bend thing, made it a female, which I'm like, that's cool. I don't care if it's a female as long as they can keep up with the action part. But it was a little strange, having a different take on the character.
Yeah. I didn't really care for how they did Taskmaster.
Yeah. But keeping up with that Marvel theme, Marvel is doing their first ever holiday special. And this is Werewolf by Night, which comes out this year, October the 7th. This is interesting because for a lot of people who don't know who this character is, it is it was a comic book from way in the early 60s, I think. This is when Marvel was going downhill with the superhero stuff, and then it came out a lot of horror, like Dracula and stuff like that. But what do you think about this, as the first holiday special?
So I am interested because I want to kind of see. Marvel claimed they attempted horror with Doctor Strange. You have the elements, kind of.
There's moments,
But this one's going full.
Yeah.
And I'm really interested to see that. I have no idea who the character is.
Yes.
So watching the trailer, I was like, I don't know what's going on really. But I'm interested because I like horror movies. So
yeah, and it's kind of interesting because we're in a film class. We're in AV2, and they are going with the black and white, whole approach or whatever. It's kind of it's a different directing style. This director that they brought in to do this, never seen any of his stuff before, so it's new to me. And the direction they went was a Universal monster movie with it. So that's something different that I like that they're trying to do or whatever, and it's definitely gonna be interesting to see how it plays out.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested.
All right, let's talk about one of the things that I thought it's actually been pretty controversial ever since it was announced. I think it was on the very first day of D23, The Little Mermaid. The Little Mermaid, they had the teaser where Halle Bailey is playing Ariel.
Mm-hmm.
People were going crazy.
Yeah. Which for me, I don't really understand.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't affect any part of the story, really. It's a mermaid.
Yeah. I mean, it was kind of interesting how a lot of the people online, so they were really upset because she was black. It wasn't even anything else. They were just upset because it wasn't what they considered the go off the source material, anything like that. But I think they're still going to tell like the same story or whatever with it. It's just, I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, I kind of just have beef with those kind of people anyway.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter
Hmm.
because it's a character and a story. If even still, even if it changes something in the story, if it's a good change,
Yes.
then I'm okay with it. The same situation if they made, okay, I'll use him as an example. If they made the Falcon
Yeah.
white, that ruins half of his character arc.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't really matter what the skin color is of a character, especially if you want to use it. This isn't real enough. It's a mermaid.
Right. It's a fictional character. Yeah.
It's not affecting anything. If you had legitimate criticisms for anything else that wasn't something like that, then that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because, like me, I think I'm always a little cautious with the live action stuff.
Oh, yes.
I unfortunately have not seen Pinocchio yet, but I have not heard good things,
I haven't seen it either.
which is unfortunate because I do like that movie.
yeah.
And Little Mermaid was something I did watch quite
Growing
a bit.
up, yeah.
So I'm interested to see how they're going to do it, but I'm also very cautious
Yeah.
because, again, I didn't really like The Lion King. I
Yeah.
thought there were parts that were good, and I think the movie looks beautiful.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But stuff like, some of my big problems were when you make them like real animals, you're going to take away some of the like charm,
Yes. Yeah.
or some of the scenes like Mufasa's death
Yeah.
impact totally out
Yeah.
because you just have a real animal just kind of yelling.
Yeah. They
And
can't
to me
show
that-
that emotion.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully this movie does well.
I hope it does well. Yeah.
Right. Let's go to something else real quick from Disney. This was okay. Have you ever seen Enchanted?
No. I have
Okay,
not.
you need to watch Enchanted because they coming out with technically the second movie, but it's called Disenchanted. So I'm guessing everything's gonna go downhill from where
That's
it
what
left
I would
off.
assume.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, because the full title was Disenchanted, Happily Never After. So that's kind of like open to interpretation of what could possibly go down with this movie. But I'm definitely excited for it.
Yeah, I might have to check that out.
Yeah, yeah.
Watch the first one.
I know they had like a bunch of Star Wars stuff come out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So the first thing, we got another season of Mandalorian.
Okay.
And if you've seen the last two, they're pretty good.
Pretty good. Okay.
Now, so far everything to come out of Mandalorian has been good, except for Boba Fett. I did not really care for that.
Yeah.
Now, the 2 episodes that were just Mandalorian episodes, love those. Kind of. But when you take someone like Boba Fett and give him his own show, it might not work out
Yeah.
because Boba Fett's not real emotive or expressive. Now, neither is Mandalorian, but he's kind of more interesting
Yeah.
in the way that we don't really know him that
Yeah.
well. And then just going off the ending of the second season, which was kind of insane. I'm very curious to see what they're going to do with this
Yeah.
season. Because we got a trailer, but it didn't really help because it just looks more like, oh, it's more Star Wars.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and talk about this one other thing that a lot of people went crazy for at D23, the Marvel section, was they talked about Daredevil.
Oh, Daredevil.
Now, anybody who has not seen the Netflix show Daredevil, it's on Disney Plus now. Make sure y'all go watch it as long as you are of age. Daredevil is about to be crazy. Have you seen it?
I've seen the first season. I
Okay.
meant to watch the rest of it, but I've been distracted with other stuff watching. But definitely before this new stuff comes out, I'm going through
Yes.
Daredevil.
I literally sat down today and started rewatching from season 1 all the way down. I'm on episode 4. I forgot how extreme this show is, but I'm ready for this. I'm ready for it.
I know at least the cast is excited.
Yes.
Just seeing kind of them walk out on stage. They're very, very excited. I know at Comic-Con, at least Daredevil himself came up,
Yeah.
and you could tell he was trying to contain himself
Yes.
because he sounded very excited.
Yeah.
So,
Charlie Cox is
yes.
again reprising his role as Daredevil. I'm glad because I don't think they could have did it without him, personally. But this is the Born Again reboot. So for those y'all who don't know, Born Again is a comic book storyline they're adapting to TV, written by Frank Miller. This is a very dark storyline, deals with a lot of drugs, abuse, period. That's what they deal with, so it's going to be pretty gritty. Hopefully this leads into more like we get the Punisher back, hopefully,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
I think someone let it slip at a kind of convention thing
Yeah.
that Punisher was coming back.
Yeah.
That might be a problem for whoever said that, but
Yes. I'm about to say, because I seen what you were talking about, because John Bernthal, I don't know if it's out now or whatever, but a lot of people have been saying that it is confirmed that he is coming back as the Punisher. So I don't know if this means he getting his own series again, but reportedly he's coming back as the Punisher in Daredevil, which I can't wait for. I'm excited.
yeah.
You had some more things to talk about?
Okay, so sticking with Marvel, I feel like we can't not talk about Black Panther.
Yes.
So before this whole movie came out, I was kind of skeptical, solely because my two favorite parts of the movie, one is most likely not in it, and unfortunately Chadwick Boseman
Yes.
has passed.
Rest in peace.
So kind of going into that, I'm like, I don't know how they're going to do this.
Yes.
And looking at it, I'm still not completely sure what's going on and kind of how. I'm assuming Shuri is the new Black
Yes.
Panther, just going from that. I hope she is, because some of the other people, I'm like, they can definitely prove it.
Yeah.
But there were some of the side characters that I'm like, I don't know if I care for you that much. Shuri was at least entertaining.
Yeah.
I'm very interested to see Namor.
Oh, yes.
Because
yes,
I've
Namor.
heard- I'm pretty much a solely movie MCU person.
Okay.
And some of the earlier stuff too. But I'm not completely involved in like the comic world, but I do know a little bit about Namor.
All right.
So just to see what they kind of do with him will be interesting.
Yeah, so I'm a comic book nerd. So let me just give y'all a little bit of background. So you're right, Shuri most likely is going to be playing become the new Black Panther, because in the comics she does become the Black Panther. But again, when you like saying you talking about you don't know for real, I don't know either, because they introduce these new characters who are not comic book canon, like Nakia, and then you have M'Baku, who they could possibly take over the role as well. And I know you're talking about like possibly like Michael B. Jordan. Is that who you're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
So there was rumors that he might be coming in this movie. We don't know if he's going to be alive or he's going to be like on like the astro plane thing from like the first one. So hopefully he is, because he was one of the best parts of that movie.
Definitely.
But some of the side characters you were talking about, well, I seen some of them like, some of the new side characters in this film that's coming out, like Ironheart, she's crazy, she's great. She's going to be in this movie, and she also is going to get her own TV show. I put like a whole little segue into there, so let's get into that real quick. Ironheart, like I said, she's going to get her own TV show. Now, for those of y'all who don't know who Ironheart is, she's basically going to be the new Iron Man, because her whole story arc is because of Iron Man. She makes her own Iron Man suit. Of course, she named it Ironheart. But some of the cast they got for this show is pretty decent. I don't know every single person in there, but they have Anthony Ramos, who from Hamilton and In the Heights. He's going to be playing some character named Parker Robbins. I don't know who that is. You know who that? Do you know who that?
No,
No.
no clue.
So that show should be interesting. I think it's still, is it like directed by Ryan Coogler, or we don't know that for yet?
I don't know if we know that
Okay.
yet.
Okay. Either way, that show's coming out. I believe I think it's Phase 5 as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Phase 5.
I think everything coming out now is Phase 5 because I think She-Hulk, they said, was the last thing.
Is it She-Hulk or Black Panther?
No, yeah, it's Black Panther.
Okay. Black Panther is going to be the end of Phase 4. Early next year, Phase 5 kicks off. Phase 5 is going to be crazy.
Yeah.
I'm ready for this. But that it was just so much talked about and taken. Did you see the Percy Jackson?
Okay. So I was looking forward to that.
Okay.
Because while I don't remember most of them, I've read all of them.
Okay. You're a book
and
guy.
I've watched both movies. Hated both of them.
Oh.
Actually, some parts were fine. I did like the casting of the main trio. Now, it's gonna sound like I'm not a fan because I read these like 4th grade.
Okay.
I could not tell you the other characters' names. So I definitely need to go back and either reread or watch the movies again. But I've heard the author is working very tightly with this show. So I'm like, this should turn out pretty decent. Good. And even looking at the teaser, I'm definitely interested.
This whole little mini series is kind of interesting to me because, unlike you, I've not read the books at all. I've been wanting to, but I'm like, no, I'm just sticking with my movies because I don't want to be disappointed in this book. But I've seen both of the films. They were okay for the time. I feel like they could have done a lot of stuff better now, after going back and rewatching some of them like months ago. I'm looking forward to this new show. I don't know, are they going to take like a younger approach to it?
That's what it looks like, yeah.
Okay. So hopefully they explain a little bit more than what they did in the movies, because in the movie they kind of just threw you right into it instead of kind of, fleshing out the characters how they do in the book, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
But yeah, this should be very interesting to watch.
Definitely. At first, I kind of thought about this, and I'm like, I don't know if that's a good idea. 2 seconds later, I was on board. Inside Out 2.
Okay.
So, with Pixar movies for me, I grew up on Toy Story, so I have all 4 just in my top spots. Inside Out is the very next movie.
Okay.
Going into the first movie, I'm like, oh, this seems fun. Ending it, I was like, I love that movie.
Yes.
And even just kind of seeing we're going back to this, and they said some emotions will not be coming back, which I don't know who they're going to choose to not come.
Okay.
But there will be some new ones, too, because Riley, I think her name is a teenager in this movie.
Okay.
So we kind of get to see her go through that stage.
Okay.
So that'll be interesting.
That's definitely interesting because, what's crazy? I was just talking about how they should make an Inside Out 2, and now all of a sudden, a few days later, they announced they're making Inside Out 2. So, feel like it was time. They're ready for it now. The switching out some of the emotions, I don't know how I feel about that because,
for me, it really depends on who they're taking out.
Yes, yeah. I fell in love with all of these emotions from the jump of the movie, like the first movie. If they take out anger, bro, we're gonna have a problem.
I feel like when you have teenager stuff, anger will have to be there.
Yeah.
Just thinking about, I don't know much of who they could take out.
Yeah. Probably like jealousy.
I feel like either that fear could be a little bit involved.
Yeah.
but I don't see like just completely as one of like the main
Yeah.
ones. Not saying that like teenagers don't have fear at all, because some definitely do. But
Okay. Go.
fear kind of the way he was done in the first movie was definitely more like for a younger
Oh yeah,
kid.
definitely.
So unless they do like he kind of matures more, then I don't know if fear will be involved. But everyone else I feel like has to be there.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's kind of a stereotype. You have to have sadness. She's not leaving.
Oh. Sadness is not going nowhere.
Plus, she was kind of hilarious.
Yes.
Obviously, Joy's not leaving. But,
obviously.
I hope Anger stays just because he made me laugh a lot.
Maybe they might introduce a new character, like Love, possibly, because that kind of goes along with growing up as a teenager.
Yeah.
That starts to become a factor. So it's definitely gonna be interesting to see what they incorporate in the film, these new characters. One of the Pixar movies that really got me interested was The Elements. So the way they had it going on, I think it was fire and water.
I think so, yeah.
I don't know if they supposed to have like a relationship was going on, but it's weird because one of them is literally fire and water. So I'm like, they can't be together, but yet they're going like, I'm guessing they go on this journey or whatever to, I guess, find possibly other elements. I'm not sure what they got planned for, but
I'm not either. I'm interested regardless because it's a Pixar movie.
yeah,
I'm still a little bit behind, but I try to watch every
all
single
of them,
Pixar
yeah.
movie. So that one's definitely on my
Oh yeah,
radar. And then it weirdly kind of gave me Avatar vibes.
Okay.
And that's solely because it's based around elements. It's very, very shallow
Yeah.
thing to think of. But either way, Pixar movie, I've pretty much liked all of them.
Yeah.
Except I have a real hot take here. I might be one of two people on this planet that do not like The Incredibles.
One or two.
Both of them.
Oh,
So
that's definitely a hot take for
Definitely.
sure.
I posted stuff like that on Twitter and I get yelled at by people, so
But so Twitter is not the place to talk about The Incredibles.
apparently.
But yeah. That was, I don't know how to feel now. Incredibles. That was my movie, especially the Frozen line.
I get some of it. I guess for me is I've heard it built up for so long.
Oh yeah.
And then I finally watched. I'm like, was that it? Like, I'm not admitting. I think all the Pixar movies, for the most part, are good
Yeah.
movies. They're just ones I enjoy more.
Yeah.
Like, another hot take, I friggin' love Cars 2.
Oh,
It's not a good movie.
yes.
Almost, to me, at
Okay.
least. But it's so much fun.
Yes.
I mean, I'm one that's kind of a little more on the positive side with Cars,
Yeah.
except for 3. I did not like that one.
Yeah. 3 was rough.
And 3 was a lot of it was just the end of it. It
yeah.
made
No
almost
sense.
0 sense.
Yeah.
I did see Disney kind of getting into that kind of problem for a little bit because
Yeah.
they wanted to diversify, but they didn't really know how to do it yet. Now I feel like they've at least have got a kind of handle on it.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Disney, they love to remake and do prequels and sequels to a lot of these films. And unfortunately, you talk about hot takes. I got a hot take. One of the movies I absolutely hate when it comes around like the Halloween holidays, Hocus Pocus 2.
I don't like the first movie either, so
This is what Disney is coming out with. That is coming out, I think later this September, the 30th.
I think so, yeah.
Right around the corner for Halloween, the Halloween season. Now, let me tell y'all the beef I got with this movie. I grew up watching this movie every single year, like constantly. Like that is like a religious movie that you have to watch in my household when it's Halloween time. I can't stand it. It made no sense to me when I watched it.
To me, it just annoys me.
Oh yes, yes. The witch. Again, I will say one good thing. The one good thing about it is kind of when they turned the little boy into the a cat. And did they kill his sister? Or what did they do to her?
I couldn't tell you. I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
But either way, I'm looking like you got rid of the kids. Good for you. Like that was the only good thing about this movie, besides, of course, when it ended. But Hocus Pocus 2, they go back to Salem. We bring in the witches back. All three of the original actresses who played the witches reprising their roles. They're all coming back. But we also got some new female leads. Am I right?
Think so.
Yeah. I think either way, I know they got new leads. Most of them are female. It's a different take. I think they're trying to do a little bit more like spooky, like scarier, like things with this movie. It's obviously going to be stick to like that comedy element as well, because you can see from the trailer, which all this stuff that we're talking about, you can actually go and watch it on Disney Plus. They have like a D23 category they have, so you can watch anything you missed about the entire event. You can go watch it on Disney Plus right now. But yeah, I don't know how to feel about this movie.
I don't know if I'll check it out because I don't like the first movie.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I might only check this movie out just to see if it holds up or if it was better than the original, just to make sure that I'm not tripping when it comes to this first one, because I haven't seen the first one in quite a while. I just know that it was bad. But definitely something I have to keep my eye out for. But to keep it going with the holidays theme special, did you see the Santa Clauses?
So I didn't see the trailer, but I saw kind of what it was.
Yeah.
And at first, like, I told my dad, because me and him are very kind of connected with movie stuff.
Yeah.
And even he just looked at me and said, why? I mean, he's someone, he loves Christmas movies.
Yes.
So, like, he'll go, like, day one, December 1st, just binge a whole bunch of Christmas movies.
Yes.
So I knew at least he would have an opinion. I've seen bits and pieces of some of, like, the Santa Claus movies.
Okay.
I just know I think Tim Allen's coming back.
Yes, he is.
So,
I'm glad that they bringing Tim Allen back. But I think the thing that's different with this one, instead of it, I'm not 100% sure. I think it is a like short series, like limited like Disney series of basically just him. He's retiring. Tim Allen, Santa Claus, retired. So now they're looking for a new Santa Claus to take over, which I thought was pretty interesting, because when you think about the Santa Claus movies, you think Tim Allen. That's the only Santa Claus you know. And now we're looking for a different one. I'm intrigued because they had a lot of different like celebrities, like one of them Peyton Manning from the NFL. It's interesting for sure. Definitely something I'm definitely going to watch around the holiday season. But who do you think would be the better Santa Claus after him?
God, I want someone as opposite of Tim Allen as possible, just because that would be hilarious.
Oh my God, yes! Like a bad Santa Claus would be great.
Yes. God, no one's coming to mind.
You know what? When I think of like a Santa Claus, and if we're talking about like the opposite of Tim Allen, no, I was gonna say Tom Hanks at first. I'm like, that is not the opposite. That is completely almost the same kind of feel with it. But if I had to pick one person, I would definitely pick Tom Hanks, because he can play a lot of people.
I like Tom Hanks in anything, so
anything.
Okay. That would be cool.
That's a lot of stuff that Disney has going on, especially for the holidays, which I'm completely ready for, because Disney knows how to make a holiday movie that gets everybody into the spirit of it. So I'm definitely looking forward to most of those. This was something I thought was kind of interesting. Peter Pan and Wendy.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I don't know if this is a movie or a series,
I don't know what it is.
but this is kind of... It threw me off guard because I wasn't expecting it at all. So, apparently they have like a new... I think it's like, is it a new take on like the whole Peter Pan story?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
I have no words for this. Like, what did you think?
Unfortunately, not much has been said about it. It's Peter Pan, though, so
Yeah.
I'll probably watch it.
Okay.
Other than that, I don't really have opinions yet
Yeah.
because I have nothing to have an opinion on other than we're doing Peter Pan again,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
which I'm okay with.
I don't know. I mean, I'm okay with me and Peter Pan. We have like this weird relationship. Which is like, if it's on television, I'll sit down and watch it. Like, I wouldn't do it willingly, go and look for it. But if it's there, I'll watch it. Again, because I don't know if this is a movie or a series. If they don't have Tinkerbell at any point in here,
It's
I don't
not
know.
Peter Pan then.
Yeah, I'm about to say that's a deal breaker. If you don't got Tinkerbell or like a little light flickering or whatever, then we gonna have, it's a no go for me.
I feel like you have to have Tinkerbell in
Yeah.
anything Peter Pan related.
I mean, because they got Captain Hook. I forgot the actor's name. They had to play new Captain Hook,
I
but
don't remember.
I'm kind of a little skeptical, just a little bit. Let's get back to the Marvel real quick. The new Captain America movie.
Oh, yeah.
Now, when this was announced that Sam Wilson will be Captain America, just like Little Mermaid, a lot of people were going crazy because
Definitely.
Captain America is black. Now, me personally, I don't care about Captain America. I hate Captain America. I don't care who it is, who's taking up the mantle. I just don't like Captain America.
For me, I've always just been kind of in the middle.
Yeah.
Because, I think Chris Evans does amazing as Captain America.
Yes.
I still don't find Captain America that interesting.
Yeah.
But Falcon was to me, the more likable
Yeah.
side
yeah.
characters. So kind of having him step up and be Captain America now completely, I'm definitely kind of curious to see it. And especially as they described it as a kind of more of a thriller
Oh, okay.
movie.
Okay.
And I can't remember if it was Captain America or something else, but they confirmed who the villain will be in this
Yeah.
movie. I think his name was The Leader. I think.
Later. I don't know.
I
I'm going to
think.
look into that one.
But either way, I'm always down for a new Marvel
Yes.
thing,
Yeah.
so I'll see it anyway.
Yeah. I'm definitely going to see it. Only reason I'm going to watch it is because it's kind of weird because I like Falcon as his own character, like just the Falcon. But now you got Sam Wilson as Captain America. I'm like, I don't know, because then like now we don't have a Falcon. It's kind of weird.
I did see one of the new cast members. I don't remember what his name is. There will be a new Falcon.
Oh, okay. So
he
we
is
have
stepping
somebody
up
else.
and becoming the new Falcon. I
Okay.
think he might have been in Falcon and Winter Soldier,
Okay.
but I haven't seen that show since it came out.
Yeah.
So I'd have to look who that is again. But they did confirm there will be a
New Falcon?
Falcon.
Okay. Well, at least we do have a new Falcon, so I don't got to worry about that. Hopefully, he's as good as Sam Wilson in that role. But yeah, it should be interesting. Very interesting. But now you had brung up Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Disney Plus has been going crazy with a lot of these shows, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one of the most anticipated shows to return for like another season is Loki.
Oh, yeah. I'm definitely ready for that.
Loki season 2. I'm ready for it. I love the way they ended it. They introduced Kang the Conqueror now. Jonathan Majors, who I'm excited for. He's a very interesting actor. What do you think about the Loki series as a whole?
So, at first I didn't watch it weekly because
Yeah.
most of these Disney Plus I have watched as it's coming out. Loki, I didn't, because I have another hot take. I don't care about anything involving Thor.
Yeah. Oh,
I do like
okay.
Loki. I like Loki and his show.
Okay.
But like I saw Love and Thunder. I was
Okay.
kind of miserable the entire movie. So at first I'm like, I'll at least watch it because it's Loki. And then watching, I'm like, this is way better than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Because you got Owen Wilson's character.
Oh, yes.
Is just him and Loki bounce off
Very
super
well.
well.
Yeah.
I thought Loki and his name's Sylvie.
Yeah, Sylvie.
Some of that was a little weird to me because I'm like, that is you?
You from a different
So
universe?
maybe calm down. But they're still fun characters, so I'm definitely curious to see the deal with Kang because I know him in name only. So I'm very curious to see more about him.
Just like you, I watched like the first 2 episodes of Loki like weekly when it came out, and then after that I decided I'm just gonna drop the show in total because I felt like it was a slow burn, at first, but then after it finished up, I went back, I rewatched the rest of them, and I missed out. I missed out on the hype that everybody had when it was still coming out weekly. But this show is great. I'm glad they're doing a season 2. I can't wait to see what happens from this point on because we already know that from like the San Diego Comic-Con that Kang eventually he's gonna be like a new big bad for Marvel, and the way they introduced Kang was it was crazy because you didn't see him like in the blue purple helmet. For those of y'all who don't know, again, he's a comic character they just bringing in. Kang is a problem.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
He's a major problem, especially with the whole timeline thing, and he can mess a lot of stuff up, like he just did by letting Loki and them technically kill him. So this is definitely gonna be interesting. I can't wait to see what happened to the other Lokis, like in the dystopian little world. I'm like, what happened to y'all? But yeah, it's definitely gonna be interesting to see.
Then it's definitely cool because we're gonna get more of Kang.
Yeah.
In the 3rd Ant-Man movie.
Oh, I forgot all about that.
So at first I was like, oh, we're doing another Ant-Man. I'm okay with that. Those are kind of fun, small things. This is not that. This is the movie directly leading into the new Avengers.
Oh,
movie.
yeah.
So this one's setting up some
major
big things.
Yeah.
So I'm and I know Paul Rudd has said this is very different.
Yes.
Compared to the other 2. So hopefully that'll turn out good. I have faith in pretty much most of the stuff Marvel's doing.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff I'm a little iffy on.
Yeah.
But especially recently. But
yeah.
I don't know. She-Hulk's a little. Parts of it I like. Parts of it are driving me insane.
She-Hulk is absolutely great.
Like, I'm definitely curious to see what they're doing with Daredevil in that one.
Oh yeah.
But it'll be different because I don't know if they're gonna have him cracking jokes at all. I kind of doubt it.
I hope they don't.
But either way, that was another thing that they kind of showed here with She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Just another trailer for like the next episode or something.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and get into She-Hulk just real quick. Like you said, they did show they had a lot of different stuff at the convention itself with She-Hulk because this show has been talked about for a little while, and a lot of people, after this 3rd episode, the end credit scene. If you have not seen it, go watch it. They have Megan Thee Stallion in this episode, and so it was pretty talked about. A lot of people were talking about how it was different from the Hulk. They didn't like a lot of stuff happened.
I'm okay with She-Hulk as a character.
Yes,
definitely.
Again, a lot of people who don't know about She-Hulk, this is pretty accurate to how she is in the comic, which is what the basing the show on. You know, she doesn't have like a lot of like serious things happen to her. She is very goofy and stuff, so this is pretty accurate.
Yeah, I will say the people complaining about that post-credit scene, I don't think they've known Marvel.
Yes.
Because saying this kind of thing has never happened before
It's
is insane.
Yes.
Is it just thinking recently you have Falcon and Winter Soldier, you have a whole bar scene pretty much dancing.
Yeah.
I don't even need to mention both Guardians of the Galaxy movies.
Right.
Constant stuff like that.
Yes.
So, this isn't new.
Yeah.
I mean, it's new in the sense that bringing like celebrities as a cameo is kind of new.
Yeah.
But
I
doing
feel like we're
goofy
gonna see that a
things
lot.
like that is not.
Yeah.
We're not strangers to this.
But because you mentioned it earlier, Ant-Man, the new movie coming out early 2023, kicking off Phase 5. Ant-Man and Quantumania gonna be different.
Yeah.
Now I don't know how different, we talking, but they said it's gonna be big. Like you said, Paul Rudd was saying it's something that we've never seen from Ant-Man movies before. They introduced, I don't know if it was a few new his daughter, that's what it was. His daughter is going to join the team. She's getting her own suit, all the other stuff. It's supposed to be different because we kind of talked about like the quantum realm and all the other stuff from Endgame and how that played out. So this is definitely gonna be interesting to see how they, approach this movie.
Yeah. Very interested to see that.
And I think, last thing, at least for me, is Echo. Now, Echo was introduced in, was it Hawkeye?
Yes.
Hawkeye. So Echo is a deaf superhero. Let's not say superhero. Deaf, like, anti-hero. Because, you know what, I'm not going to spoil it, because if you have not seen Hawkeye, definitely go watch it. It tells you everything you need to know right there. But she's getting her own series, her own show. What do you think about it?
So, I confession have not seen Hawkeye yet.
Okay.
I do know almost everything that has happened.
Okay.
Reveal wise, so I know like kind of who she is.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely kind of curious to see where they're going to go with that because I do not know anything about her.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll learn a lot more when I do see Hawkeye,
Yeah.
but I've only seen like the first episode. So I don't know her yet. But I'm sure it'll be interesting.
Yeah. I don't know how they going to do this show because she is a deaf superhero, kind of. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be more of like a silent show for a while. Maybe not like doing like the fighting scenes and stuff like that, but most of the time the talking is going to be like a lot of hand, sign language, and it's going to be different. I mean, we seen it in the Eternals. We had Makari, who is also a deaf superhero. The way they incorporated it with the other characters who obviously aren't deaf was interesting. So to see a lead role played by a actual deaf person is definitely going to be interesting, especially for a whole show. I'm not sure if this is like a limited series. Did they say that, or?
I think it's a series, yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I'm kind of excited for it.
No, I don't know if they confirmed this or not. It's rumored that Daredevil might appear in that. Just like as I don't know if like full on he's a character in this show.
Yeah.
Or he's just making like here's a cameo. I don't know half the time when people say, "Oh, this character might appear in this."
Yeah.
Like appear, or are they a character?
Yeah.
In this, because you get some things. I'm like, well, that's not a character. He appeared.
Yeah.
At the very end.
Like you just see him in the background or something real quick. Yeah.
They're not.
I'm pretty sure he probably will because Wilson Fisk is going to be another big part of Echo. Because again, if you, like I said, y'all go back and watch Hawkeye. He was another big role in that show as well. So I think all of this is going to lead up into Daredevil. So yeah, this show is definitely going to be something I'm looking forward to, especially to see how they direct it and how they take it with the whole death situation.
Definitely. So I have one more, kind of straying away from Marvel a little bit. We have kind of a series. I think it's a prequel series off of Rogue One
Oh,
called
okay.
Andor. Now, another hot take of mine is Rogue One is one of my top 3.
Okay.
Now, most of the last recent little bit of Star Wars stuff that has come out, I have not cared for. I'm, again, one of 10 people that like the new trilogy. It's not the greatest things in the world. But if you're looking for just movies to watch that are kind of fun, it's Star Wars. I've not liked Boba Fett as a show that much. Now, for some reason, I decided to watch The Bad Batch without knowing anything Clone Wars. Didn't like it. This one was the one that hurt me the most. Obi-Wan is my favorite Star Wars character.
Okay.
I didn't like that show at all.
Ooh, okay. You got hot takes all day.
Yeah. Star Wars is kind of a series I'm a lot more different about. Before, I used to love it. Now, kind of recently, I've been kind of feeling the burnout.
Yeah.
However, Andor, this looks like probably the highest budget Disney Plus show we've seen. And they are very confident in this show because they have several seasons planned already.
Oh, okay.
Now, we got to see how they're going to do it, obviously. But I think it's kind of interesting.
Okay.
And again, I liked Rogue One quite a bit. So I'm definitely interested. And I think it was September 21st is when they're doing a 3-episode premiere. So this one I've also heard is longer than most of Disney Plus shows.
Okay.
Like, I think it's more than Mandalorian, which is like about 9 episodes. Still not as long as I've heard Daredevil's going to be.
18 episodes.
Which that's definitely kind of breaking the mold for Disney Plus. Because that's one flaw I have with most of these like Marvel shows.
Yeah.
Sometimes 6 episodes is either not enough.
Yeah.
Or it's too much. Because some of the things I feel like they're kind of stretching it.
Yeah.
Like things like WandaVision work perfectly.
Yeah. WandaVision.
That's like a Disney Plus show. I thought the ending was a little more rough.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's kind of generally thought like that. Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I thought, didn't benefit from being a show. Because to me, it just felt like a 6-hour movie.
Yeah.
Most of these, you either feel like a TV show or you feel like a movie that's way longer than it needs to be.
Yeah.
Falcon, I thought, was too long.
Yeah.
So, I'm definitely curious to see how they're going to do with the longer ones. If it's going to feel actually like a TV show. Or if it's just going to feel like a long movie again. I feel like a lot of people that I've at least seen, have a lot of worries for Daredevil.
Yeah.
Because Disney Plus is the one
taking over a little bit.
So some people are kind of worried they might kind of mess up some of the tone and everything. Because I know one of the people that I've talked to on my Twitter is like huge into Daredevil.
Yeah.
So he knows kind of what this story is and what they're about to adapt. And he's like, if they want to do this right, they kind of need to not be Disney Plus for a little bit.
Yeah.
Because Netflix kind of, I feel like, nailed what Daredevil was. Even just watching a season.
Yeah.
But some people are like, Disney Plus, even when they try to get serious, it doesn't always work out.
Yeah.
So I feel like if they kind of let the creators take more control, it might actually turn out like Daredevil.
Yeah.
But that's kind of the big worry I've seen is they might
water it down.
Yeah.
Jacob, I appreciate you for coming on the show. Cannot wait to talk to you about a lot of these shows and movies whenever they do come out. Again, everybody, everything we did talk about is on Disney Plus. So if you want to go back and look at anything that we might have missed, you can watch it all on Disney Plus right now. But that's going to wrap it up here for this episode of the AV Pack Pod podcast. I will catch y'all in the next one.